investigating, and we're looking to figure out what exactly has happened in each of these cases. While we work on this, it's a process. We ask to do your part in keeping accounts secure and able to factor authentication.
Do our part. Our part. They're blaming us for EA literally giving our information away, allowing us to get hacked. Do our part. Screw you. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another Trading to Glory episode. Before we get started, I want to remind you of the 1 million FIFA point giveaway that OneFootball is doing. You can join that giveaway. Link down below right at the top of the description. You basically just got to fill out a form that takes 30 seconds and then download their app. That is it. It is a free app to download, and you could win yourself 1 million FIFA points. Let's hop into the main topic of today's discussion, which is hacking. It's been a big problem in FIFA in the last couple of weeks, I'd say month and a half, but especially in this last week or so. And I don't mean hacking as in cheating necessarily, not going into the game and my Benzema scores every single time kind of hacking. No, it's people hacking into others' accounts. And what we're seeing mostly is people hacking into accounts with a lot of coins, many more coins than even I have, because they're targeting the people on the leaderboards, those of the top 100, right? So you go to the transfer profit, you're going to see people targeting Footstars Cadabra. All these guys have probably seen an email in the last week or so basically saying, okay, somebody's trying to get into your account. And a lot of them have suffered a lot of losses where it comes to, 50 million coins plus have been sunk from the account and sold onto the obvious black market of FIFA, whatever you want to call it, the coin sellers. And it's becoming a very big problem because EA still have yet to address it. Now, there's a possibility that they address it today, and hopefully they do, because anybody is at risk right now. As long as you know what somebody's gamer tag is or PSN ID, which I don't hide and most people don't hide their ID, what you can actually do, and don't go out and try to do it, because hopefully it'll be fixed in the next 24, 48 hours, but knowing EA, it might take much longer than that. You can basically just go to the EA live chat. You can say, this is my account, I'm locked out, and they will simply just give you all the information on that account. You don't have to do anything beyond that. It is ridiculous. I'm actually going to show you somebody who got hacked earlier today. I found him on Twitter just today, and his name is Fut Donkey, okay? He is the self-proclaimed #1 FUT trader. Maybe he had the most transfer profit in FIFA 20. You can see he makes a lot of coins. There's no doubt. Very, very talented trader. And over the last 24 hours, he has had a lot of tweets against EA. And the reason for that being, he got his account hacked. This is one of the conclusion paragraphs, not the first couple of tweets, but I never expected this many people would get behind me. Appreciate you. Hopefully he gets his account back. A lot of people saying, sorry, you have to go through this. But the important thing is I want to show you guys when he actually got hacked and what information was given away, because you can see he's very much so upset that his personal information had been handed over to the hacker. He had his date of birth, his address, his full name, obviously his password, which he may use for multiple things. I know I use the same couple of passwords for a lot of different stuff. Ever since I became a content creator, I've switched it up. I've changed my passwords a lot more common, and I got hacked on YouTube a while ago, so I'm very safe with all of that stuff, but it didn't matter. He had double authentication on. He had every single aspect of protection that you could have on your account, and it didn't matter how much authentication you needed, because it was EA themselves giving the account away. It was their live chat themselves. You can see his account now is left with 30,000 coins, pretty much completely wiped. He had millions upon millions of coins. And even when he was getting hacked, he was able to log onto the console before they moved the coins, and he actually decided to delete the club, hoping EA would later restore it and the hackers would not be able to transfer the coins. Well, somehow the hackers were able to restore it with no problem at all and then transfer the coins as well, which is why he is a little bit more concerned about the fact that there could be somebody at EA in on this, making a lot of coins on the side hustle. We have seen very shady stuff from EA employees in the past. There was a scandal with EA Shea. I believe it was like a year or 2 years ago, and I won't go into detail on that, but it's not like every EA employee has been completely innocent in the past, and I won't put it by them to do it again. Now, you might be saying, oh, Elite, you're a game changer. Why would you be saying that? Well, I'm a game changer because I want the game to be better. And I love the perks that come along with it, getting the game for free at the beginning of the year. But that's not going to ever shade my opinion or change my opinion on what's going on with FIFA. In the end of the day, right now, EA's live chat, which isn't going to be the exact same guys that are in Vancouver, okay? This is a completely different section of the EA company. But in the end, EA are literally giving away personal information. It's a breach of privacy. It's a huge issue beyond the game. And it's already a big issue with the game. I mean, people have grinded since the beginning of FIFA 22, bought the game and all that good stuff, just to have it all given away by the company themselves. It's terrible, right? So with that being said, make sure you guys have your emails on your phone, okay? Make sure you're keeping an eye on that. And when it happens, what you can do, all right, is you can log into the console, all right? And you can keep your console on as much as you possibly can to avoid the hackers getting in, because they use the web app, they use PC, the companion app, whatever, to transfer the coins, because if they do it on console, it can be traced and that console can be banned. It can be completely banned, and you'll never be able to possibly play any games on that console again, but at the very least, EA games ever again. We've seen it happen in the past where a console is just completely banned from playing the game, which is why all these hackers or coin buyers, coin sellers do it on the web app. It can't be traced. So with that being said, that is the only way currently that I know that you can keep hackers out. And in the end, it's really not all that effective, because eventually your console is going to turn off. Eventually you got to go to school. Eventually all that's going to happen, and there's just no way to defend yourself right now. EA really need to get this under control. Now, as we transition away from that first topic of the day, I want to mention these Pau Torres cards and how much we got these for. It was about a week and a half to 2 weeks ago. We got them all for 13,000 coins. And you can see I've been relisting them on the market pretty much couple times a day since. I haven't been doing it every hour, but whenever I remember to get on the companion app, I'll relist. And a lot of them have sold already. Some upwards of 20,000 coins, most of them for about 18,000 coins, which we're looking at about 5,000 coins, at least 4K per card, but an average of probably 5K per card on each one of these Pau Torreses, which is awesome. Tarapt as well. Not as much profit on him, obviously. He's not going for as much, but it's looking good. He's up to at least 16,000 coins now, and we continue to relist these cards. In the end, I didn't have a huge reason to sell, although they didn't rise as quick as I wanted them to initially. The profit margin wasn't going up very quickly. I bought them for 13K, right? Maybe 13,250, 13,500, I believe is the most I paid for any of them. I stand corrected, 13,750 was the most I paid for any of them. So with that being said, I did spend 13,000+ coins on each of them, and he only rose to like 14,500 within the first couple of days that I bought this card. So it wasn't the price that I was looking for yet, but I didn't have really a great reason to sell, right? I could clear my transfer list and make it empty, but I wasn't using my transfer list. I wasn't unassigned on anything. So I just decided to keep and wait for the profit because I knew it was going to come eventually, and it did. So we're making some coins on these cards now, and we still got plenty of them to sell. As you can see, we've got 6 full pages of them. If we were to sell each one of these cards, because I know there's some Tarapts in there, and I know there's some Grahams in there, if we were to sell each one of those 58 cards for an average price of 15,000 coins, we're looking at about 870,000 coins, which isn't going to put us exactly at 5 mil quite yet. We'd still be about 400K short. But a couple other trades that have really, really worked out is this Alessandrini, who I actually picked this card up way too early. Picked him up for 82,000 coins. He went down to 65K. But if you take a look at him now, over the course of the last week and a half, he has been one of those cards that has risen quite nicely. And one of those reasons is this card is pretty dang good. I've been using him in my team for Div Rivals and FUT Champions, and I have not been disappointed. Now he's looking upwards of 100,000 coins. So a nice little profit that I wasn't even necessarily going for. I just wanted him in my team. But Guendouzi has done something very special. We got him with a shadow card on him, 113,000 coins. Very, very good deal. I spent about 3,000 extra coins to have the shadow card on him. I thought, you know what, that's going to make him a little bit easier to sell whenever I do decide to sell. But I don't think it really mattered in the end. Because if you take a look at Guendouzi's card now, and I never even sniped this card, I want to make that clear. He was about 110,000 coins for an entire day one day. Well, this guy is about 270,000 coins. His rise out of packs has been pretty much unparalleled to any card that we've seen this year. There have been some few cards that have risen really, really well out of packs, but none quite like this one. I mean, I think Wilson Manafa might be the one card that I'd compare it to, and the reason Wilson Manafa's card did the huge rise out of packs was because of the Corona card that came out afterwards for that really nice link. And this card was upwards of 90,000 coins at one point. So that was a great card out of packs. But Guendouzi, top 3 this year. So we're making about 150,000 coin profit on one single card for him. And I've been using him and he's pretty great. I don't really want to sell him quite yet unless I can find or pack something that is going to replace him. I just don't see it happening anytime soon. EA have responded to the hacking situation in their Top Ends Live, which was started by Mr. Zaro, but now that he's left EA, it's hosted by Kyle Riley and Sheldon Rogers. I don't know if he was the one holding all this glue together for EA, but ever since he left, it really has gone downhill. I will say that much. Nonetheless, let's go ahead and take a look at this together and enjoy what they have to say about EA giving our info away and getting our accounts taken.
Reports and feedback about recent account takeover attempts. Our teams are currently investigating, and we're looking to figure out what exactly has happened in each of these cases. While we work on this, it's a process. We ask to do your part in keeping accounts secure, enable two-factor authentication if you haven't.
The audacity.
More information on that, we're going to drop a link below.
The audacity to ask us to take the precautions that it's in any way, shape, or form in our hands, whether we get our information taken from us or not and given to somebody else. We don't have any possible way of keeping these hackers out if they want in. If EA decides to give the information away, two-factor authentication is going to do nothing because it's EA themselves giving it away. I do not appreciate the fact that they didn't even acknowledge the fact that they're at fault whatsoever. Not only did they say it was just attempts, we know damn well they're much more successful than just attempts. I mean, they have gotten in to probably hundreds of accounts right now, especially those with millions upon millions of coins, those on the top 100 leaderboards in any category. They have been targeted and they have been hacked. We've seen some of the biggest creators in the community hacked, and we've seen big news sites capturing all of it and running with it. It's not good PR for EA, but as long as you're still buying FIFA points, I guess they don't really care. All they really said is we're looking into it, and it's just not enough, especially in a situation like this one. Let's finish off this video explaining one of the best flipping methods that I've been using in FIFA 22. Now, I've completely dropped the ball this week with this trading method, but it's still a great way to show you guys how to do this trading method and the reason that I was a little bit iffy on picking up some of these cards this week. We've got João Cancelo and we got Joshua Kimmich. We also have, Vinicius Jr. and all these headliner Team 2 cards that were released. And if we take a look at the FUTMAS of João Cancelo, he's about 322,000 coins right now. I just showed you he was about 300,000 coins just about 2 hours ago. He got down to that price, and he has risen quite a bit in the last hour, but slowly over the course of a few hours. It was actually right about there, I believe, where he hit that low point. Actually, it looks like right about here he hit that low point on the card, 299,000 coins. That's what we saw him for. So with that being said, he has risen pretty steadily, and it's now into the profit zone for flips. It wouldn't be a ton of profit, but we're looking at about 15,000 coin tax. You could make 5 to 10K per card at this price already, and that's not to say it doesn't go up and maybe another 6,000 coins over the next 30 minutes. But the reason that this happens for these kind of cards, and I'll go ahead and show Kimmich and see if he's done the same thing. I'll show Vinicius Jr. and see if he's done the same thing. Kimmich is 182,000. If you take a look at the hourly graph today, he was down at 170. So he's already up into profit again at this price. You're looking at about 9,000 coin profit. So you could probably sell for 185, which means that you're probably looking at about 6,000 coins per card, right? You pick up 10 of them, you got 60K profit just like that. And it's very easy and quick to do. And it only really works this well on the first day of release, at least with this concept. You can use other investing methods and reasoning for a card like this rising later in the week when he's in packs. But for the first day of release, this is what I do with them. I pick them up at that low point around, midnight for UK, maybe a little bit past midnight for UK once UK goes to sleep. And I pick up those cards at a low point, and then I'm able to sell them actually before UK even wakes up for a decent bit of profit. We'll take a look at Vinicius Jr. He's a card that is much higher value and follows the exact same trend. So he probably sells for about 164 right now. But if you take a look at his hourly graph for a couple of hours ago, he was down at 1.55, and yeah, that looks like the lowest point that he got to is about 1.55. I saw him down at 1,530,000 coins at his lowest point, but you're looking at profit still. You sell him for 164 after tax, which is about 80,000 coins. You make about 20 to 30,000 coins on this card right now, which isn't a ton, but again, it's not a huge risk on the investment. It's just quick coins. So whether you want to go high budget or low budget, it works. The reason that I didn't buy today, and the reason that the profit margins aren't as large as they actually normally are, is because these cards have been packed a little bit more into the night than normal, because EA are compensating people who did packs while Ramsdale wasn't in packs. There was a whole fiasco where Aaron Ramsdale wasn't in packs, although he was advertised to be in packs. So EA legally, I guess, had to refund every single pack opened during that time period, which was like a couple of hours. And everybody who opened packs during that time is getting refunded. So, the UK waking up is going to open those packs, and that's going to have a lot of supply for these cards. It made me a little bit nervous to invest because I thought, you know what, with all this supply, it's going to have a little bit of a different trend. Maybe the profit margins aren't as high. Maybe it doesn't make profit, and I shied away from it this week, but it ended up working out just fine anyway, and I should have bought in the end. But it was still a good opportunity for me to show you guys exactly what trading method that is and how you can use it for every single promo for the rest of the year. It has been really working every single time. I imagine it'll even work with Team of the Year cards, although there's going to be a lot more eyes on those cards, and there isn't really going to be as much of a dead period at nighttime for Team of the Year, I imagine, because so much engagement is going to be in the game. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it from me today. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you made it to the end of the video, go ahead and type the word hacking somewhere in your comment. If you use the word hacking in your comment, I'll make sure to heart the comment, and hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. Drop a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.